Now, how would you like to earn $1 million and live a luxurious lifestyle? Silly question, impossible dream? Well, apparently not. According to our first guest this morning, Stephen Sutherland is the author of this book, Liquid Millionaire, a book described by a member of the Sunday Times Rich List as inspiring, exciting and just possibly right. It promises to show you how anyone can conquer the stock market and make money even in a recession. Thanks for joining us this morning, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the book, Liquid Millionaire.
Okay, well, first of all, the book, what it's about is it's about how it's possible to make millions in an up-and-coming stock market boom. And depending on where you're starting from, you could actually make it in less than 7 years.
Really? So can you tell us a bit about the ISA trend investing work that you do? Because that's your background, isn't it?
Yes, well, ISA trend investing is really what the book's about.
Okay.
First of all, I'll explain what it is.
Mm-hmm.
With ISA trend investing, what you do is you trade investment funds, not stocks, using an ISA, a SIP, or a combination of both, and that helps you to achieve index-beating returns. And what you do, you simply profit in the up markets and you protect when the market's going downwards.
Okay, so if somebody was to invest now, how much money are they looking at earning over the next 2 years?
That's a good question, because whenever a client asks such a question, say if I'm on the phone to somebody and they say, so okay, I may want to sign up for your service, how much money am I going to make over the next 2 years? What I say is, I have no idea.
People want immediate answers, don't they? But it's not that easy.
Exactly, and the way that the stock market works, it's based on 4 factors. In other words, you've got 2 things that are out of your control. If you want to make some, want to know how much money you're going to make in a couple of years, then you've got to look at these 4 factors. 2 are in your control and 2 are, unfortunately, out of your control. And the 2 things that are in your control are the investment that you actually buy, the investment vehicle, and the market timing. Now, they're in your control, but the things that are out of your control with the stock market are the actual market strength and the market direction. So let's say that the market goes sideways over the next 2 years. Because 3 out of 4 stocks move in the same direction of the market, that means that you're not going to really make any money if the market goes sideways. Now, if the market goes downwards over the next 2 years, again, you're not going to make much money. But if the market goes upwards, then you're going to make money. So, and this is where it gets exciting. Because the market has not moved very much over the last 12 years, in fact it's virtually moved sideways, and because the market keeps going higher and higher, eventually, then it's due a move. It's a little bit like a staircase. It's got to, if it keeps going sideways, then it's got to move up eventually. And because it's due a move, this move could be large, over the next 5 to 10 years. That means that the probability of somebody making money over the next 2 years, I'd say, is quite high.
So even in, people say, well, the current economic climate, last thing we should be doing is investing. You're saying, no, that's what we should be doing.
Well, the thing is, the way that the market works, it works in cycles. It works in bull and bear cycles. So a bull market is an uptrending cycle, and they tend to last 2 to 4 years. A bear market is when the market goes down, and they tend to last about 9 to 18 months. So the bull markets are much longer, the bear markets are shorter. We've just gone through a bear market. And what happens when there's a bear market, a lot of people are very negative. All the media are very negative. But what they don't realise, a lot of people, is that when pessimism, there's so much negativity, that's the time when stock markets bottom and start then a new uptrend. So to give you an example of that, over the last 7.5 months, my portfolio, our client's portfolio, have made 55.9%. Now, that's not to brag or boast of anything like that. It's just to prove a point, and that is that even though the media would have you believe that it's all doom and gloom and that the world is going to end, it's actually a really good time. And that performance over that period of time is saying that the market could be much stronger than most people actually believe.
Now, I'm sure there's a lot of viewers at home who are very intrigued, very interested to get started, but we don't all have a lot of money to play with. So what's the minimum amount you can spend?
Well, that's also, you know, a really great question, because a lot of people think that you've got to have thousands to start, but really, you can actually start with as little as £1 a day. Now, anybody can start with £1 a day, £30 a month. So if a person can say, yep, I could save £1 a day, £30 a month, if you can treat that £1 a day a little bit like you treat your mortgage, where it's got to go out. In other words, it's, you know, it's gone. Once it's taken out, you can't
You've
get
made allowances for that reduction out of your wage packet or whatever.
You can start with £1 a day, and that might not seem as if, oh, how's that going to make me, you know, millions? But then you can build on that, because once you start, it's amazing what happens. It's like magical. You start small, and then all of a sudden you start to get a lot of confidence, you start buzzing about the money building up, and then all of a sudden you can start adding £2 a day, or maybe 3 or 4.
So would you say it's quite addictive then? It seems that, you know, once you start on it, actually can be really inspiring and you want to keep going.
It's seriously addictive, it really is, because once you get going and you think, yes, I'm on my way now, and once you start to get the momentum going, that's it. It's like you're literally a freight train that, you know, just can't be stopped. So it's very, very exciting, you know, once you start.
The limit, is it? As well?
It really is. So once you start, and obviously if you start younger rather than leaving it later, it's better for you, because you've got then compounding to help you out. In other words, like if you talk about how you can grow your money, we talk about being able to aim for 15 to 20% growth on your money if you know what you're doing. And it's amazing what happens to money over time if you can get it to grow at 15 to 20%. So let's say 15%, if you've got £1,000, at 15%, that will grow into 2,000 over a 5-year period. Then that 2,000 will double again over the next five years, and then it will double again. So it'll keep doubling and doubling and doubling. Now, if you add in as well this £1 a day as well, or £2 and £3, then all of a sudden it just keeps growing and growing, and it's like this snowball that, you know, you roll down a hill and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's amazing.
Now, as people say, actions speak louder than words, and talk about this for actions. You turned $31,000 into $1.28 million over 38 months.
Yes.
How did that feel to do that? That's, most of us just think that's unbelievable. We'll never achieve that.
It was just amazing. It was an absolutely amazing experience. And as I mentioned before, very close to that high, what we did is my brother Paul, we decided to then use some of that money to buy our dad his dream car, which is a Bentley Continental, and he was buzzing, and we didn't leave mum out. We decided to get her a diamond and gold encrusted necklace, and it was a really emotional moment when we was telling them, you know, about it, and they were very proud, and it was just like, it was surreal, you know, sort of like what happened. But yes, very, very exciting.
Fantastic. Now, I'm sure loads of people want to be able to treat their families in the way you have. It's, you know, we all want to sort of repay our loved ones and have the opportunity that money brings. So what's the core message of your book?
The core message is an investment opportunity, and that is an investment opportunity that hasn't been seen in almost 30 years. That's why it's so exciting. And because the market hasn't made, as I said before, any progress over the last 12 years, then it's due a move. And if you know how to actually capitalise on that opportunity, then you can make literally millions. So in other words, the best thing to do is you can take a look. You don't even have to buy the book. People don't have to buy the book. They can actually go to our website, and that's isaco.co.uk. They can download a couple of chapters which shows this opportunity for free. And if people like this investment opportunity, if it grabs them, then they'll have 2 routes to take. They can either take a DIY approach, or they can get help. And either way, you know, if they don't like it, that's fine, they can move on. But either way will work. It's a fantastic opportunity, it really is.
Now, I've never heard of this before, and I doubt I'll hear of it again, but this book has got a lifetime guarantee. That's how confident you are.
Yes.
So what does that mean? That,
well, first of all, it's what we're calling the world's most unusual guarantee. And what the guarantee is, it's just very straightforward. Anybody who actually buys the book, who doesn't like the book, that's fine. They can let me know, and I will send them the full amount that they've actually paid for that book.
And there isn't any time period on that either,
No,
is there? It doesn't have to be within 30 days or anything.
It's not a gimmick or anything like that. It does mean lifetime. So that means that even if, you know, a person living until they was 100 and they'd had the book for 50, 60 years and they wanted to claim, they could do it. That would be fine by me.
Most importantly, because we're running out of time, where can we get the book?
Okay, well, you can actually buy the book from Amazon, and there's quite a lot of reviews on there. Most of them are very good reviews. There's a couple that are not so good. So they're independent reviews, so amazon.co.uk. Or you can actually buy the book from our website, which is isaco.co.uk.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Very inspiring, and it seems we all can be millionaires.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Time for us to take a quick break right now, but when we return, we'll be bringing you the white shirt fashion that is in this summer. Plus, we'll be finding out more about retail traps that we can be avoiding. We'll see you in a few minutes while I make my millions.